Good morning. Ira Epstein with your morning flash update. And this update is for Thursday, the 22nd of June, 2023. And the time right now, well, we're at 8:15 a.m. Central Time. And no, I don't have screens behind me to tell me the time and all that. Just by memory, most of it. All right, there's a lot of economic data today. Before we get to the markets, why don't we go to that and take a look and see just what we're going to be dealing with. The Bank of England raised interest rates. They went big. They went 50 basis points. Market analysts were looking for 25, but I think that a lot of them changed when they saw the crazy inflation numbers, the persistent inflation that they have. They came out 2 days ago, and that just changed the game. Now, the initial jobless claims came in at 264. There was a revision last week to it as well. So they came in basically unchanged is the way to look at it. But I'm concerned that the continuing claims continue to not get you big pops and hold them. This is indicative of a very strong labor market. The Chicago Federal Reserve May National Activity Index was down 15 versus April's down 22. We get export sales at 7:30. I didn't put them here, but I'll put them into my full research report. Existing home sales come out at 9 o'clock. Now, we already see starts and new permits jumped dramatically. So while this is existing homes, not for new ones, it probably tells you the story is still going to be one of tightness. The Conference Board will update their leading, lagging, and coincident indicators at 9 o'clock this morning. Fed Chair Powell, I think he blew it yesterday. I'm going to repeat. I don't understand the pause. I want to get beyond my criticizing it, but it makes no sense with what he said. The labor markets are overly strong. Inflation is still very sticky, and I'm pausing. I'm not the only one that picked up on it. I'm reading Reuters, I'm reading Bloomberg. Everybody said that just made absolutely no sense. His explanation of the pause stinks in plain English. Should have gone with another rate hike. Energy analysts, they're looking for natural gas report at 90 billion of an injection, compared to the week ago, 76. So they say they're still putting it away. It's getting pretty hot. Sooner rather than later, we're going to see that number, you start using it. In Texas, as you know, the heat's burning up like mad, but that's one state. You got to look at everything. And there is heat starting to move into the upper Midwest, and you've got it in the South, and now maybe it moves into the East Coast. So sooner rather than later, you'll get some takedown there. The KC Fed will come out with their numbers at 10 o'clock this morning, and we get the EIA petroleum numbers a day late today because of Juneteenth. So remember that. All right, let's go back to what we're at in the markets. The first thing my eye catches me is the grain market's down this much. June is often a month where you either create a low or you create a high in the market. Why? Weather extremes. Everything that you can imagine that should go wrong gets priced into the grains. Wrong can be planting conditions are ideal, market goes down. Wrong can be not enough rain, which we're getting. In the Chicago areas, and we don't grow grain here, but it gives you an idea of the Midwest because Illinois is a huge growing state. We border right next to Indiana. Some of the suburbs have now had to put in drought restrictions on the watering of lawns. So this just gives you an idea of what's going on. Living in the city, we pull our water from Lake Michigan. I've never seen one here in the city. But the suburbs around us, they buy the water. It's a little different in many areas, and they're having to do that. The next thing my eye's going to is the dollar's up a little bit. Most currencies down a bit today. We can take a look at bonds and notes. We should come right here. Yields are still good, and we hit on the inversion of the 210-100 today. So anyone that thinks that, oh, no, the market's still not seeing the Fed tightening, wrong. How do I put this to you? Wrong. Are you going to get a rate cut this year? Wrong. None are coming at you. And the market is pricing all that in. It's hearing it, and I think it's listening. And that'll work its way into the stock market. Plus, if you're looking at the money supply, the M2 and some of the other numbers, they are tightening dramatically. That acts like another, if you will, brake on the economy. What does that do? Well, as interest rates go up, it is not gold friendly. Not a friend at all. It takes the gold market down. Silver market's been losing the gold, as you can see. The copper's still very strong because what we're seeing in China, they're releasing in part and parcels parts of a stimulus program. It could be interest rate cuts, which they did a week and a half ago. Now it's something with the electric vehicles where they're giving more credits to them. Energy's coming down hard. I find it interesting that we're not hearing one word. I want to make this clear to you. Not one word on how we're doing in buying anything for our strategic reserves. This morning, I warned my clients my morning subscriber video, I said, guys, you don't even want to think the long side of the gasoline now. The gas has been bought by the service stations for July 4th, and you're seeing 8 cents down. So I think I'm on to something. I've done this a number of years. You see it. You're not getting much play in the natural gas at all, as you can see. Cotton's still coming down, so obviously the rain and the heat's not doing a lot of damage to the crops in Texas, which is a pretty big area for that. But I still watch the grain market, and I'm enamored with that right now because if it's a trade top, there'll be things to talk about in the market, and that makes life very interesting. And, talking about that, I want to remind you that some of the things we do here at Linn give you great trade ideas. We are commodity people writing about the futures markets. Most of us have 30 years experience. The firm, we bring in people that, even new people have a lot of experience. They come in. And I think you'll find that, be it the energy markets, the financial markets, what we write about, you're going to get ideas on what the cash markets are doing, what the option traders are doing, spreads if they're telling you a story, be it the soft commodities that you like to trade, special reports galore, special reports of the day. Every day we're putting out special daily charts for you called price counts. And on those price counts, you get an idea of where markets might be headed in different markets. Very interesting subject to look at. How do you get this and our other free offerings? Because they are free to you. Just go to our website, under free offerings, or move your cursor up here for free offerings, and away you go with that. You can do it the old-fashioned way and call us. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great trade day. I'll see you at the end of the day with the market wrap-up. Trade well.